Is it just minimal at best, or is there any significant SEO ranking benefit to using particular website hosting providers versus other hosting providers? And if so, what is the benefit? Okay, yes, that's a great question, Gordon. Yeah, if you are using, it doesn't, even if it doesn't have to be just a cheap host, a budget host, that's typically where you're going to see the most problems. But neighborhood checker. So you can even Google that. Like if you know the IP of a server that you're going to be using for on a shared hosting account, you can go just Google like IP neighborhood checkers. Trust me, just go Google something like IP neighborhood checkers, and there will come up with a list of sites. And you can just go take the IP from the shared hosting account that you're planning on using or that you already have and plug it in there, and it will show you all the sites that are using that IP. And so, yes, you can absolutely be associated on a dirty IP because of other websites, which is why budget shared hosting is never a good idea when you're trying to rank sites. Seriously, guys, I just don't ever recommend it. There's so many issues with budget shared hosting that you just shouldn't do it. My favorite provider for shared hosting is WPX. They're really, really good. That's owned by Terry Kyle. He's been around for a very long time. He's the same that owns CloudBoss. I was just talking about CloudBoss earlier in this Hump Day Hangout. And WPX has been phenomenal for me. I've been using them for 3.5, maybe 4 years now. Their support is unmatched. They have they have their own CDN that they built. So their sites are incredibly fast. WordPress sites. Like I said, their support is phenomenal. I've never waited more than about 60 seconds to get replies for support ever, no matter what time of day or night. So they're phenomenal. And but yeah, I mean, even then, go check the IP. Go use a neighborhood checker and see an IP neighborhood checker and look and see if you got a bunch of spammy sites on that IP, or sites like a lot of budget hosts will overload an IP with too many shared, and that's all shared resources, shared bandwidth. So if any one site's getting a bunch of traffic, then it's going to make all the other sites slow to respond or non-responsive at all, if that makes sense. So yeah, there's definitely a benefit to it. That's why if you're running a site that gets a lot of traffic and is very important, is very lucrative, you should have like your own kind of like cloud server with its own dedicated IP. Anybody want to comment on that, by the way?
No, sir.
Nada. All good.